first thing that strikes me about this team is, although they're on an 8-game winning streak, the best team they've beaten in terms of record is the freaking Chargers, which is amazing to me. And it's not the Niners' fault. You play who's in front of you, and it's a scheduling quirk. But damn, do you think the Niners are still relatively untested compared to other contenders?
Well, it's funny. I was looking at this just in terms of Purdy, because like where were the defenses rated that he's beaten? And it's like the defenses that are coming, let's just say the big Philly, Dallas, Minnesota, just the top contenders in the NFC, all have lower rated defenses than the defenses he's already beaten. So from that standpoint, I kind of feel like he's not going to face better defenses going forward than the defenses he's already faced. He also won in Seattle. Yeah. I don't know that there's too many worse. I mean, you go on the road, you actually are sitting in these stadiums. I really don't have anything to kind of gauge it on, but it seems like Seattle's a tough place to play. And, I mean, not every stadium is. And Philly, I know, is going to be a tough place to play, but I mean, I think this kid can handle it. It's just, it's an interesting time for the 49ers right now. That's for sure.
It's interesting in the sense that when the season started, we were like, man, this schedule's brutal. NFC West and the AFC West. Well, it turns out that the NFC West is as bad as any division in football, aside from the Niners. But I mean, they're terrible. And the AFC West isn't much better. So really the Niners, I think someone pointed out that they have like the second easiest schedule so far this season. Not their fault. But you look at look at Dallas, for example. Same record as the 49ers. They kicked shit out of Minnesota and recently beat Philly without Jalen Hurts, but they put 40 on them. The Niners don't have a win like that, which isn't their fault. But it makes me feel like I still don't really know who this team is, and that's a weird thing to say entering week freaking 17.
Well, I mean, first of all, your starting quarterbacks have the job for 4 games. Really, I mean, 3 and change. So that's part of it. And then defensively, the whole identity of this defense, it's all predicated on, do they get it done up front? Their secondary won't be able to stand up to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, in my opinion, if they don't get heat on Hurts or whoever's in there.
And Jamar Chase and Stephon Diggs and all. Yeah, absolutely.
So to me, I'm just focusing on Philly. I think the Niners can run over Dallas. I think they can run right through them. They'll get Elijah Mitchell back. I think there's a good run blocking line. And if you're running well, Brock Purdy can play action pass you to death. So I think they can beat Dallas. It's just about Philly. It's about, to me, it's a lot of the discussion about the Super Bowl is about, can you get it done in Philly? And if we're just going to be super impatient and just go right to the point of the matter, I would say my big question is, can the Niner D-line put enough pressure on Hurts so that Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown don't light up their secondary? Because I think
that's the next question. Is the biggest test in the NFC.
Ahead.
So don't jump ahead. Whatever you do. Spoiler alert. To me, I feel like the Niners, it's kind of crazy to think that the best team they've beaten is the Chargers minus Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, J.C. Jackson, and Joey Bosa. That doesn't mean the Niners are frauds. I'm not saying that at all. I think they're going to win the NFC, but I think it's amazing that that's a fact. The best team they've beaten is freaking the Chargers. Wow, that's amazing.
Last year, look at that. What about?
In terms of
I would
record,
probably say the best team that they've beaten is Miami.
Miami is 8-7. The Chargers are 9-6. Miami is -5 in terms of net points, and I believe the Chargers are -11. So you could argue that, but it does seem like Miami's tanking.
Yeah, well, I will say this, Grant. Chargers defense is coming on, and they're going to get Joey Bosa back. Maybe the first time we got the Harbaugh Bowl, will we get the Bosa Bowl? Will the Chargers get some late season rampage through the AFC?
I wouldn't expect it.
Be great.